Welcome to day 7 of Living with Anxiety, the category mistake. Yes, I have my sunglasses on. No, I'm not outside. I have been outside, and honestly, I left my glasses, I think, in my car. I'm hoping. Not really sure. I was out this morning and took off my regular glasses, put on my sunglasses, and I can't remember where I put them. So, old guy problem. So I've been kind of looking around, looking into more of what I'm doing here. Why am I here? What am I doing? Is it productive? And I think it's productive. Uh, put that out there real quick. I think I'm doing good, at least for me, maybe for others. Um, but yesterday was kind of a weird day. So in the morning, I started off, I was okay, um, doing fine, whatever. Had an appointment in the afternoon with the VA. If anyone's ever dealt with a VA or dealt with doctors who seem like they're overworked, underpaid, and some that just, I don't care, that's the VA. Okay, so you either get a doctor who cares a lot, and you can tell because they look exhausted or worn down, or you get a doctor who would rather be anywhere but dealing with you right now, and they pretty much show that. So I went to the VA yesterday. I went there because, well, this. And I went there for one appointment and it continued and continued because they kept going deeper and deeper. And the appointment was for my feet because what I'm finding is with my anxiety, I'm picking at my skin, which I've talked about, and I'm picking at my feet and they're bleeding. And let's just say I'm not being very healthy to parts of my body. So I went in and said, hey, can I see a podiatrist? Give me some ideas what to do with feet. Um, but this is what happened. I'm sitting down in my appointment and they take my blood pressure, they do all the normal stuff. And the doctor comes in and I decide to have a beautiful non whatever you want to call it. I had a panic attack. It was great. It was great. Not really. It was stressful. It was hard. And she was concerned. She's like, well, how often does these happen? And I was trying to explain to her that some days they do, some days they don't. And it really depends on the day and what's going on. And she's like, okay, so what do you do about them? I said, sometimes I talk. Do you journal? I said, well, I do this video thing. She's like, okay, does that help? I said, well, it doesn't hurt. It's better than nothing. And then she's like, what medicine are you on? So I kind of told her, I'm like, oh, I thought they know what medicine I'm on since they're the ones who prescribe it. Anyway, changed my medicine. She talked to me some more and she's like, you need to do something different. I said, well, here's what's going on. I stopped working. Work has been challenging. This is what happened in my last job. I've applied for other jobs. I've interviewed for other jobs. And magically, I don't get the job. When I interview, I have great qualifications till they meet me. Then magically, this shows up and I don't get the job. And she apologized. I'm like, it's not your fault. First time I ever met this doctor. She's new to this VA. She's, there's a lot of changeover at the VA. There's a lot of changeover everywhere, I guess. Mostly if you work for the federal government. And what I realized is it was supposed to be a half hour, 45-minute appointment. I was there for 2.5 hours. And when I did finally calm down, it was like 3:30, 4 o'clock. So a couple hours after, I felt like I had worked out for like 6 straight days. I hurt everywhere, every bone in my body, every muscle, joint, tendon, everything hurt. Mentally, I'd calmed down, but my body felt horrible. And so I was thinking to myself, whenever I have these panic attacks, whenever I get really high anxiety, whenever I get really worked up, I don't feel good afterwards. I don't feel good afterwards. And so I start, I do the old Google machine and Google AI. And of course, it says things like, well, this could be due to, basically lactic acid buildup, like a crocodile or an alligator or other animals when they have this, attack mode or whatever mode, their body fills up and their muscles get all tense and they get all swole, but they also get afterwards. And that's what probably happened to me. Now, that's the funny part is when I'm having these attacks, I don't feel like all tight. I don't feel like, stiff. I tap my feet a lot. I move around a lot. I have issues with my speech, but I don't feel like fight or flight. I don't have that feeling. So even though I've probably talked about it before, but it really hit home yesterday that my body feels like it's under attack most likely when this is happening. So it's like part of my brain is going, um, we're crazy, we're acting up weird, we're acting out, we're doing whatever, and the other part's going, stop doing this. It's bad, good for you. Stop. And at the end, my body pays a price. And then, good, bad, or ugly, I feel bad about it. I feel guilt about it. I feel like, why am I letting my body do this to me? And then I get into the whole roundabout way of, being here. So I've been doing this for 7 days, and I watch videos on what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, how to do it better, um, and I don't know what I'm doing. People watch it, people don't. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. And I talked to one of my students yesterday. Actually, I talked to a few, but this one really stuck out to me. So she's doing an internship at a school. So she's working with younger kids, not old kids that no one wants like me. She works with cute ones, the ones that are little and they still care and they're so precious. Um and she kind of said something to me that hit home. So I've always said this. I've said this a good million times. I wanted to be their teacher, but as a teacher, it wasn't about name, dates, locations. It was about making them a better person. I wanted them to leave my classroom being better. Uh, Not, hey, I want you to follow this ideology, or hey, I want you to follow this political party, or hey, I want you to follow this belief. It's more, you came in, you saw the world this way. I showed you the world in a different way, and now maybe you have a little more compassion, a little more care, a little more thought, a little more um, nuance to the world we live in, and change something, change someone's life. Um, and for the longest time, including till yesterday, really, and the last maybe week till yesterday was really the culmination of it. Um, that was my idea, my ideal. Uh, when I went every day, that's really what I wanted. It wasn't the Gettysburg Address. It wasn't the table of elements. It wasn't anything like that. It wasn't all the learning all the presidents in order. None of that. Okay. It was, you're going to learn stuff. What are you going to do with it? I'd always told the kids, I don't care if you go into the service. I don't care if you go to a trade. I don't care if you go to college. Are you going to be a better human being? We don't need more doctors, like doctoral students about philosophy. What we need is more human beings who care about other human beings. Crazy thought. Um, and she said that to me. She said, a lot of the students thought I was, a grumpy old teacher. Then they realized that I wasn't. But really, I was there to make them better people. And I, till the last week or so, I really put myself down thinking I wasn't that great of a teacher or a person, mentor, whatever. And I think I talked about yesterday that I had some mentors in my life, and that's really what I wanted to be. But sometimes you don't see yourself in that positive light. You don't see yourself as actually helping somebody until later on. And maybe you don't ever see it, but they're out there. See, lately, with all this stuff I've been going through, um, I've been kind of reflecting on my life and what I've done and what I haven't done. And other people have been reflecting on what I've done, what my wife and I have done, what we've accomplished, who we've helped. And while we know we helped a lot of kids, while we know we helped people who needed help, um, you never see the impact sometimes until after, like I said yesterday, until after you're dead, you don't realize what you are, who you are. And, I've had kids who I've helped out in the past, and my wife and I have helped out in the past, all of a sudden come up to us and say, you don't understand. You were the only people that cared. You were the only people who reached out. You were the only people who wanted something better for me. And with all the loss of job, loss of confidence, high anxiety, stress, everything I've been going through, I forget, or I get depressed, or I get anxious. Um, I get frustrated, and the frustration, the anxiety, whatever you want to call that, is why am I here? Am I actually doing something productive for humankind? And the bad thoughts in your head, what's the point of me being here? Do I really need to be here? Will people be better off without me? George Bailey said it, in It's Wonderful Life, my family would be better off if I never existed. And then Clarence comes and makes him not exist, and magically, most things are worse. Um, and I forget that is like me and my wife's movie. Okay, if you know anything about me, that's me and my wife's movie. If you don't know anything about me, It's a Wonderful Life is like me and my wife's movie. On our first anniversary, we were dirt poor, so got a babysitter. I took her home, sat on our floor because we didn't have furniture, um, and we had lasagna on a milk crate, and we watched It's a Wonderful Life on TV that was free. Okay, we're not talking high society for anniversaries here. The point of it is I wasn't seeing um, all the positive impacts I was making, my wife was making, people in my life. See, we helped out kids. I say my wife and I just kind of showed up. Okay. I'm obsessed with helping my children, but I always feel like I screw it up more than I help. And I've had people tell me the last week or so that no, it was you guys as a team really helped us realize what parents are, what a mom and dad could be, um, that you actually care. And that's not tooting my own horn. I said this last night to my wife. It's not. I'm not being flamboyant. I'm not being, oh, look at me, I'm awesome. Um, I'm just telling the truth. My wife and I opened our house, our home, to so many people, not even asking how we could do it, not asking if we should do it. We just did it. And um, until recently, I kind of just, that's what we did. I never thought of it as good or bad. It's just something you did. Now, what's going on is with my anxiety flaring up, with my stress in my life flaring up, with the depression and um, self reflection that isn't always good, those things go through my head. Okay, well, would this person be better if I didn't get involved? Would this have been better if I didn't get involved? Um, and for the longest time, my answer would be probably. Okay. Um, but now maybe not so much. Okay. I'm starting to realize that I wasn't, I'm not a perfect person. I'm far from perfect. If you've ever watched a single video of mine or listened to a single podcast, you know I'm not really good at it. I have lots of background noise. I have dogs everywhere. I have people helping and interrupting. I have my phone going off. I can't look at the camera for more than like 5 seconds without freaking out. Um, but, this is the big but. You know, Sir Mix-a-Lot, big but. Okay, this is the big but. Um, I keep going. I keep trying. I keep pursuing. I don't give up. Um, when I started teaching and the principal kind of gave me that, did I make the wrong choice discussion to me, I could have just stayed home. So, you know what? This isn't for me. I'll try again in the fall. No big deal. Whatever. I didn't. I kept going. Did better. Um, when I lost my last job because of, well, me, um, my boss emailed me and said, "Hey, we need to talk tomorrow. You need to come in. Don't go here. Go here." I could have just said, "You know what? I know what's going to happen. Peace out, Cub Scout." Did my best. I'll try again later. I didn't. I went in and showed up, talked to him. I went through some really stupid things that I did about 2 years ago. I People want to have meetings with me to talk about how to resolve it. Wanted to talk to me about what I did, why I did, how I did, what I can do that's better, how do I adjust this, how do I fix it. I could have just walked away. I could have just given up. I could have just not showed up. And the reason is I've always thought of myself as somebody that will not give up. Um, I was in the military, got out in 2002. My wife had an issue with her head, mental health, and with her skull. So, mental head case and a head case. And I got pulled out of the military to take care of my family because she couldn't. So it was called a Red Cross waiver. You can't get back in the military after you get a Red Cross waiver. Found that out. But then one of my kids said to me, you make us finish what we start. It's not fair. Like, oh, okay, whatever. So I go to a recruiter's office. Like, we can't take it back in. Red Cross waiver, this code, you can't override it. I didn't give up. Went to Senator Collins' office, said, hey, this is what's going on. Are you sure you don't have to? Yes, I do. Okay. I got back in. Then went to training. Got home. Hey, our unit's not deploying, but this one is, and you're going to go. Now, what I could have done, looking back, and I probably knew at the time, is I could have said, no, I've only been out of training for 30 days and you have to wait 90 days. And I didn't. I understood that I was there for a reason. I was there. God put me back in this situation for a reason, so I needed to do it. Deployed. Now, when I deployed, I could have just sat back, done nothing, learned nothing, spent time like a lot of people did, doing my job and then doing nothing. Instead, I took time and I learned other things. I took time and learned other people. I took time and tried to help others because I felt like that was what I needed to do. I felt like I needed to be the father to these younger people. And some of them I still talk to today. Why do I still talk to them today? Because, well, I don't know. They call me and I call them, or I text them and they text me, or Facebook, or all the other things. And I think that's the point. The way my mind works is I've always been one of those people that if you communicate with me, I will keep communicating. If you reach out to me, I'll reach back. If I feel like you're in trouble, even if there's nothing to say you are, I might just reach out to you because I feel like you might need it. And that's a weird thing. So I'm getting off track, but that's okay. That's kind of how I think. I worry about everybody in my life all the time. And that's, according to my doctors, that's not always the best, but that's how I always run things. I've always run things that I'm thinking, I'm trying, I'm doing, I'm working through. I'm trying to make sure that everyone that is in my life knows I'm there to care about them. Now, I grew up with a mother, stepfather, father, and my mother did her best. I'll say that. And my stepfather, he really cared about my sister. He really didn't like my older sister, and he kind of tolerated me. My real father, for the longest time, I thought didn't care about me. I thought he could care less about me than anything on the planet. Found out things later on that maybe it wasn't him, but in my mind, he didn't care at the time. So when I became an adult and had kids, I said, I'm not going to be one of those people. I'm going to care about everything my kids do. I'm going to care about everyone in my life. I'm going to make sure that they know I'm present and I'm there for them. The problem is the pendulum swing. Okay. No one cares, care too much. Most people, when no one cares, you kind of go to the middle. I care a little, I care enough, people know I'm there. I went the other way. Okay. I went extreme. And I went extreme because that's just what my brain said to do, is go extreme. So I wanted more kids. I wanted every kid to know I cared about them. I wanted to know that if they called me at 3 in the morning, I would answer my phone. I wanted them to know that if they were stranded in Pennsylvania on the side of the road, I would drive down to get them. I wanted them to know if they called me at 4:30 in the morning with a flat tire, I would come and help them. Maybe have to send them money because I'm so far, if they're saying Texas or Las Vegas. But normally, okay, that's what I wanted them to do. That's not healthy. It's not healthy because there's no boundary there. Okay. Today's world, we talk about work-life boundary. Okay. I need a life boundary. Um, I struggle with thinking everyone needs my 100% participation, 100% attention. I struggle every day thinking if I don't do this, this child will get hurt or something bad will happen to this child. These children I'm talking about range in ages of like 34 to like 26. Okay. They're not exactly kids, but yet I take it as if I'm not there for them to protect them, to help them, to walk them through things, um, and they fail, it's my fault. I did the same thing at my last job. If a veteran lost a house or housing or didn't get the medical care he needed or um, something got screwed up with an appointment, even though it was their job to do it and I was just supposed to guide them, and trust me, I guided them. If that didn't work, I took it as my fault. It wasn't my fault. But I took it that way. Even today, I haven't worked there in a couple weeks. I'm still thinking to myself, did that guy get his apartment? Did I do his paperwork right? I wonder if he's moved. And it's weird because it shouldn't matter. I worked at Target as a security officer for like a year and a half, 2 years. And when I go in there, I still care about all the employees. Like I was still in charge of something. I still care about their safety. I still care about what they're doing. I still care about the people working there. But none of them are family. None of them are people that I should deeply care about, but I do. I have people there that work at their Starbucks that, one's going to Thailand, one's going to Rome, and I'm talking about their trip and how they're going to do it. I give them little hints and ideas. I've got people who work there and stop working there because of stress and anxiety, and I kind of try to cheer them up. I've got kids who are struggling with financial aid for college that work there, and I'm trying to help them out. None of these people I knew 2 years ago, and now I know them, and I feel like I'm part of their lives, and it's nice. It's not like, oh my gosh, how dare you try to be nice to people. It's just the amount. It's the levels I go to. Normally, when you help somebody, you help them out and then you leave alone. You let them do their thing. You don't check in. You wait for them to contact you. Let them. I keep pushing. I keep checking. I keep doing, and that's my anxiety. My anxiety is that people can't survive without me. Now, I would like to think the world can't survive without me. It can. Okay. When I was teaching, I never wanted to miss a day. I don't think I really did. I missed one day, like 1 hour of one day. When I was teaching in the beginning, for like 3 years, I didn't miss a day. I didn't miss a day because I didn't want someone else to be in charge of my classroom. I was paranoid someone would do something that would ruin my classroom. I'm a teacher. Everyone else took a day off. Like everyone else, my grandchild was born. I came home from North Carolina from another grandchild had surgery. Went to see my grandchild being born. Didn't sleep and then taught that same day without sleeping for like 48 hours. I didn't want to take a day off. My mother passed away, and I wanted to teach that same day. My wife wouldn't let me. When I was working at the veterans place, I had a seizure, got knocked out literally, and they're carrying me out on a stretcher, and I was concerned about missing work. I was saying it on a video that basically I have stuff to do. I got people to get housing. I'm addicted to that, and that's something I need to come to grips with, and that's what I'm working on as we speak. Um, but teaching, I know that my students who watch this video a lot or listen to this, they'll tell you that uh, not only did I not want to miss a day, I didn't want to miss a minute of a day. I would volunteer for recess duty. I would be at lunch duty. I would go to the rockathon. I would stay up overnight and do things. We did a virtual rockathon during COVID, and I'm on a video screen and I'm having a Jedi battle with my son-in-law with lightsabers. I'm singing Country Road, with the kids on video chat. I was obsessed, and I probably still am, with teaching, with helping, with doing. And the problem with obsession is this: there's there's got to be a balance in everyone's life. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, you can be obsessed with eating healthy, but then you can eat a certain way healthy so much that you can actually hurt yourself. You can be obsessed with, I'm going to eat just carnivore. Um, Great. But when it becomes such an obsession that you do things that are unhealthy, uh, that your body can't do because, well, I'm obsessed, I got to do it this way. Uh, Obsessed with teaching, with kids, with helping, um, then when something happens in your life and you need to stop, you can't, you feel like the world can't survive without you. I should have, when I taught my last teaching job before I lost it, I should have taken more time off when my mother died. That's just point blank. I should have taken care of myself when she died. When I got hurt at my last job in the head, I fell down, hurt myself. I should have taken more time and taken it easy, and I didn't. When I was teaching at St. Elizabeth Seton, I should have been willing to take some time and grow as a teacher instead of going 400 miles an hour at the deep end of the pool with no idea what I was doing. Looking back, probably not the best thing to do. Okay. I signed up to do study skills, which is like after school, 4 days a week. I didn't have to. Said, yeah, I'll do it. So I stayed an extra hour. Why? I felt like it was the best thing for the students, so I'll do it. So I did. I can't do that anymore. I realize that that sort of lifestyle is what's gotten me into the mess I'm in now. So, day 7, survived day 7. Anxiety today, a little high. Now a little high because things are happening around the house that people are supposed to be here doing work. People are supposed to be doing this. I set up appointments for people to show up. No one's showing up. It's like I don't exist. They don't call, they don't show up. And it frustrates me, and I feel like it's my fault. It's not my fault, but I feel like it is. And starting a new medication system, starting a new thing with that. A lot of new things happening, and I'm just worried about it. Worried about how I'm going to focus, deal with, and grow with all of that. So that's what's going on there. Tomorrow, another day, another struggle, maybe, maybe not. Tomorrow's Thursday, family dinner. I'm doing tacos tomorrow night. Just to let you know, we always do family dinner Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today should be a hopefully good rest of the day. The sun's out again, which is good for my mental health, good for my physical health, good for my puppies, good for my wife, good for my grandkids. So anyway, long story short, I'm living with anxiety. Okay. And I never say this. Okay. I never have, I don't think. The whole subscribe, share, whatever. Okay. I don't care if you subscribe. I don't care if you share. Share it with somebody if, hey, I don't know, they're struggling with this. You know somebody who has a lot of stressors. I do. Maybe this can help them. Hit the like button. If you like it, hit it. If you don't, great. If you don't, tell me why. Tell me what I can be doing better. Also, day 7. Not a lot, right? Mr. Beast has got like 2 gajillion videos, and other people do too. Good for them. I am not trying to be famous. I'm not trying to be big. I'm just trying to speak what's going on in my brain, and hopefully it makes sense to at least 1.2 people every day. If that happens, great. Uh, and that's the point. The video series is going to be, every day, and well, Monday through Friday. And people are like, well, how do they know which day it is? Well, it says it in the title. Well, do I have to watch it in order? No, you can watch it whatever way you want. I don't care. Every day I'm going to talk about something different. I might talk about something, hey, beforehand, you might have to go back and look. Then go back and look. I don't know what day I talked about what. I don't remember what I talked about yesterday half the time. And that's because when I do this, I let it all out. And some days I repeat myself, and that's just the way it is. I'm not putting any advertisement on this stuff. If YouTube does it, that's not on me. I'm sorry. I'm not taking promotional stuff. I'm not trying to make any money. I'm not trying to be anything crazy. I'm just speaking what's going on in my brain. And if you like it, great. If you don't, tell me what I can do better. If you don't like it because you don't like me, let me know. I will not be upset if you say, hey, you suck. Cool. I suck. It's not the worst thing I've heard, and it won't be. Okay? You're not going to hurt my feelings. The only thing you're going to hurt my feelings on is if you know somebody who can benefit, you don't tell them about it or share it with them. That might hurt my feelings. But other than that, we survived another morning, hopefully another day, and I will see everyone tomorrow. Thank you for watching.